Okay, here we have a LoLine Numatic 332 floor polisher, scrubber, whatever you want to call it, and it's got a seized handle. And I was going to show you how to take it all apart, but the thing was I didn't know what was wrong with it. So I'm going to take you now to another part that I took up. No, take you to another place where I've took it apart and show you what I did. Okay, I mean you can hear the heater going, but I think the fans are going anyway. We're in the workshop, and this is the handle I took off the Numatic machine. Hold on a second, I'll turn that heater off. Okay, so what I'll do is, well, when I put it back together, I'll show you step by step how I did it. So this is the front of the handle, and that's the back. So I had to take the cables off, disconnect these micro switches. There's one there. The cable comes through here, goes to one micro switch. I've got the color codes. I'll show you all that as well. Same with this side. I'll show you the color codes. I think that's grey and whatever. I won't tell you. Right, so this is what I found. This is what I had to do. Down the bottom is, so when you pull this lever here, okay, that releases a device which is a shaft that runs all the way down here to the foot, and where that fits to the machine I'll show you now. So there we go. So that fits, and this, so when you pull that lever, which I could do if I can, hold on one second, see if I can do it with my foot or something. Okay, so when you pull that lever at the top, see it move? Is it moved? Hold on. There, it goes in, and then this releases this unit, which then you can pull down to the desired height for the person using the machine. Now look at that, it's a mess. You can see it's rusty, and it was seized, and this is the unit I took out. I'll put all this back together and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so this is what I took out. I tried WD and I didn't realize it was seized. I didn't do a video of me taking it all apart because I ain't got no manuals or nothing. These rubber rings fit on there and they seal it. So I'm going to clean all these up, and then I'm going to clean this up, and then when I do, I'll put it all back together. I'll also clean up this. Alright, and I did put some, like I said, WD and whatnot, but this is all going to be cleaned, and I'll show you that after I've cleaned it. I'm going to nip home, I'm going to use a wire brush on a machine, and I'll just use some wire wool on this bit here and get all this nice and clean. And then I'll put it back together and I'll show you exactly how it goes back together. So when you come to repair one, it's going to be straightforward. Okay, so just to explain, to get this out, which was seized in solid, you see that tusk there? Okay, what we're going to have to do, okay, so you have to pull the lever to this, so this goes back in, right? And then this sits in there like that. And actually you don't have to, because, well, it is best to, but yeah, pull the lever so that goes back in to get it out. This fits in there, so you can see how tough, thick it is. Alright, and take a hammer, and all I did with the hammer is tap it this side, flip it over, tap it again gently, flip it over till it started to move slightly, and then I'll give it a few more good taps. There is nothing holding it in except it just sits in here with two rubber rings, one on the outside and one on the other side as well, and they just fit there, and they're just seals. Not the best, but they're alright, they do the job. Okay, and that's what happened. So I've kept them, they're clean, there's nothing wrong with them. So yeah, so I used a hammer to tap it through, kept going, and then full pelt all the way through, and it came out. I'm now going to take this home and put it on a grinding wheel, not a grinding wheel, a wire wheel, and I'm going to clean all this up, and then I'll clean the inside of this as well. And I'll bring you back when I get focus. Come on. Oh, blimey. There we go. When all that's clean. Keep doing that till she's nice and clean. I might get a bit of wire wool in there as well. Not wire wool, emery cloth. Okay, got some. Just get all the rust out. Ooh, that's better. Okay, so I took it out, took it home. You can see by the grime on my fingers, and pretty good, except where it's been stood for some time. Okay, so I'm going to hold the lever open with my foot, which then, of course, brings that in. I'm going to put a bit of grease, and I'm going to try and slot the cog in. So I'll back in a sec. Okay, a little bit of copper grease. I've sprayed it in the hole as well. Alright, bear with me because I've got my foot. Sorry, did I film that? Let's have a look. Look at that. Straight in. So I'm hold that down. Perfect, perfect. Fit the rubber ring, which is easy. Just pop it in like so. There we go. I'm going to spray more grease down the top. So, once you put the cog back in, if you pull the lever at the top of the handle, okay, to release that locking nut and have this actually spot on in the middle of that, it's got to be spot on the middle, you'll find that the holes just line up perfect with that. Perfect. Okay, so that's your sport support cable, that goes in there like that. Next is the wiring, and I'll put the colour codes up. When I've done it I'll show you, but it goes through there like that. This hooks back over and holds the cable in place. The grey and the brown go through a little hole there, like so, and then the earth clamps on there, and then I think the blue's to the top and the black's at the bottom, but I will definitely confirm it with a photograph. Okay, so blue to the top and black to the bottom, the micro switch, earth, and then around the other side, there you go, brown to the top and grey, or whatever you want to call it, beige to the bottom. The blank in yellow is at the bottom, and then the micro switch lever on the top here, and that fits like so, and then you just, okay, that fits snug underneath there onto that. It just fits, you can't go wrong really. Alright, okay, so the front cover consists of 4 screws, one underneath the lever, see him? Yeah, one here, and I don't think there was one in there, so I'll tell you in a sec. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this plate goes on. You've got 1, 2, and I think there's only 3 on this, so 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. Yeah, those 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top. Okay, all together. Now in hindsight, you could get away with just undoing these 3, lifting this unit out, okay, and just bashing the hell out of that, give it a bit of a clean, and then bash that, not this, the cog that you've seen, and you might get away without doing on all the wiring, which isn't a bad thing. But I wanted to do it properly. I took it to the workshop, and that's the best way, and I cleaned it as well. So once you've got the cog out, you can clean this quite easily. You see me do that, and we're nearly there actually. We're nearly back together. A couple more screws, put the bolts and the washers back on there, and nearly done. Okay, so the last couple of jobs, I'm going to tighten these up, and then this needs to go on. And this is goes on the front, and this is what holds the water tank. So there's the water tank. So one goes on the bottom, which is this one, and the tank sits on that, and the other one goes on the top, and I'll show you that in a sec. Okay, that's it. Last and not least, so what we do with the cables, we've got one there, one at the top, that comes all the way down, and then when you put these 2 bottom bolts in, which hold the tank at the front, let me just show you that. Okay, that plate there, 2 nuts and 2 bolts, And then what you do, put a washer on here with the plastic that fits on that, one on there. The top one is just a standard thumb screw, so you can alter it, make it tighter, whatever. That's in. The tank itself, put your fluid in, and then that pipe runs down and goes into your machine head. And that's it, we're done. I might just give it a quick test just to see that it all works. Also with these machines, you've got to make sure that they're lowered to about, I think it's waist height, belly button height, before they'll engage. So there we go. Perfect. I'm not rubbing the fluid, I'll go lift it up. That's it, how to repair one of these Numatic if it's seized. Alright, take care. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and a like, that would be great, and we'll catch you in the next one. All the best, bye!